What's going on, good people? It's your man D-Toll from Shop Talk, here to tell you about some freedom gear that you just have to have. As you know, we already have an array of tees, hoodies, phone cases, and more that bear the FDR logo, but now we are expanding to statement tees. You can now get tees that say, "Freedom looks good on you," and another one that says, "Praise the Lord, hallelujah, I'm free." Both tees are available in a ton of colors and sizes and are available now for purchase on the FDR website and app. So either go to freedomradio.com/shop on your web browser or open the FDR app on your iPhone or Android devices and click the FDR gear icon. On behalf of the whole team at Freedom Radio, we appreciate all of your consistent support, and we know that freedom looks good on you.
D-Toll Live.
What's going on, everyone? This is your guy, Demetrius Toll-Free, excited to let you all know I'm finally ready to launch my own weekly podcast. You guessed it, D-Toll Live. Each episode, we will have a sit-down conversation about what's going on in our local community and beyond. But for right now, go and subscribe to my brand new YouTube channel. Simply search D-Toll-Free at D-T-O-L-E-F-R-E-E. I'm so excited, and I can't wait for you to join me live exclusively on Facebook and YouTube for my brand new podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Yes, sir, Doc.
You gonna dig this.
La 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 la.
This is a Chekhov Blog production.
Music is a blessing. I own every record. Your voice and sound is epic. The music and the message. But do you have a second? I like to pose a question. I have a suggestion. No disrespect, but it might help point you in the right direction. Have you ever thought long and hard about taking off and crossing over to the secular field? 'Cause gospel, you know you don't get paid in it. Secular's compensated. The industry is waiting, so leave your mark. Make a statement. The music game, you can change it now.
We're not losing. Not on my watch. She is challenging him.
Can you steal my praise?
Hey, beautiful people. How y'all doing? Hope everybody's good and having a good night. You able to hear me now? All right. Hey. Welcome to the party. So, you saw a couple things before we started, before we get the conversation happening tonight. Do me a favor, please, if you so will, please share this live. If you see it, share it, tag somebody else. We're going to have a great conversation tonight. We won't be long, but we will be strong. All right. So here's what I'd like for you to do. Please share, tag, and family and friends. You saw a great couple things tonight that we're going to talk about. One thing that you just saw was the show Churchy. It's now on BET Plus. It is executive produced, I believe, by Kevin on Stage. I've been watching it today. It's actually good. Always going to tell you the truth. All right, so it's actually good. And I wanted to show that clip because when I saw it earlier today, I recognized the song and I kept saying, I know this song. And so shout out to Jamel Jones and Freedom, I believe. That is their song from their 2010 project. Isn't that amazing? You never know when your music might be pulled. That's why you got to put the music out. So shout out to him. I thought that was really, really awesome that his music was used for a segment of the show. So shout out to him. And please, he said 2010. Okay, so that was on their 2010 project. That I just thought that was so amazing because you just never ever know when your name will be called. So if you have an opportunity, please subscribe to BET Plus. It's really not expensive at all. It's like $5 or $6 a month, and you can watch the Churchy the season 2. It's really good, so go check it out. Okay, so we're going to talk about some other couple things that you saw. The Emerald Gold, keep pushing promotions, Trayvon. We're going to talk about all those things. Okay, so so we're gonna talk about all those things. All right. So first, you saw something that's called "Let's Make a Deal," and so if you know me, you know I do graphic design. I've been doing graphic design 20+ years, and I music graphics and a whole bunch of other stuff. But I wanted to do something different, right? Remember the game "Let's Make a Deal," and so I was inspired by that today, and I said, "Well, let's try something different." So yes, literally, you can make a deal. All you have to do is inbox me. Now the rates do start at $50 and up. Okay, so you can inbox me. You can say, Yolanda, I need a flyer. I'm doing whatever, and send me an inbox, and we can make a deal. It doesn't have to be faith based. Okay, so it can be for, it can be for a party. It can be for anything. We just, things. If it's a club, I don't put girls on flyers without their clothes on. Amen. All right. So outside of that, it can be for anything. Okay. So let's start the conversation. I'm just going to bring all the guys that are in the backstage in the room, and we can start this conversation. So we have Joseph. Hey, we
Hey
have
there, how are you?
Tyus, and because I mess up his last name, which he'll really kill me for that. And then we have Trayvon. All right. Hi, y'all.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm good, and how are you?
I can't complain. I'm all right.
You're in the car.
I am. I came out of rehearsal so I could jump on the call for a little bit. My choir is rehearsing because they have to sing somewhere tomorrow.
Oh, I feel so special that you took away from your choir. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
so I stepped
This is
out.
your choir?
So this is the choir I manage. So this is
Oh,
Naja
okay.
Scott and Divine Anointing.
Oh, that's
So
right. I love her.
yeah, so they're singing at the historic Alfred Street Baptist Church in Virginia on tomorrow evening for their revival.
Very nice.
So they're in rehearsal, sweating and working it out and making sure they're prepped and ready for tomorrow.
Oh, we're gonna come back to you because I just have a question. You came back, I'm come back to you. Okay,
Okay.
so hi Trayvon, how are you?
Hey, what's
Feeling
going
better?
Still under the weather. Still a little congested. This cold is like it got a hold of me, but I'm feeling much better. I'm actually able to function.
Good.
But yeah.
Good. Okay. So who we got? He be so mysterious. Like he only come outside so often. So hi Gabe.
Good evening. How y'all doing?
I mean Okay. So how y'all feeling? Everybody
I'm
feeling
good.
better? Last time we were all
Yeah.
sick. Ever so let me say this, just a FYI. Whoever you were at the Stellas and you didn't tell nobody, you didn't put on a mask, you didn't do nothing, and you infected a lot of people.
Listen,
A lot
I
of
did
business.
not play with the people. I double maxed on my plane going and coming. And I made sure when I was around the people, I masked up. I was not playing with the people in Nashville.
Listen, I was like, I didn't feel well all the way east. So even if you saw me working, I wasn't necessarily fully well. I was like, even all the way up until Sunday morning, I still did not feel 100. I feel much better today. I just didn't feel. And then when I thought I was feeling better, I wasn't feeling better. It was this that was awful. So make sure what I'm saying. You go to the doctor, you get all your shots or whatever you gotta do. Don't do this to us no more. Okay,
Wear your mask.
please.
Okay? Wear your mask.
Okay. So let's. Oh, there he go. Look, there he go. You know what I'm saying? The man himself. Okay, he gonna get me for that. Okay, so let's talk. So let's get straight to it. Now, I was told I was given some advice today to behave. All right, so it's really not me that has to behave. All right, so let's talk about it. So last night was the premiere of the 40th year of the Stellar Awards on BET. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch it because it's going to repeat like 10 times. All right, so you can go back and watch it if you have not seen it. And they are premiering it actually on other stations. You just have to
Mhm.
watch the Stellar Awards page. They always premiere it on other, stations in other cities and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So I did not go to the Stellars. Trayvon can speak for him. Me and Trayvon were not there because they were sold out. And some people, I believe Gabe was there. I think Joseph, were you there? Were you in the building?
I No, I was not there because I remember I was at Bobby Jones.
You were at Mr. Bobby Jones event. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, um, well, let's talk about it. How was it? What did y'all think about last night?
Overall, I think it was good. Um, as far as for it being the 40th anniversary, though, I think it could have been more like the production side of it could have been a little more upscale. I think they kind of scaled back and played it safe.
Mm-hmm.
For it to be the 40th anniversary, I think they just me personally, I wouldn't have had it at a symphony hall.
Now
I
tell
would have
us
had
about
it.
the hall because when you said that makes me think that you know a little bit more about that particular space.
Yes. So symphony halls are more so used for recitals, concerts, orchestra performances. The stage is very set, can't change it, can't move it. And there are seats that are on the back side of the stage that look down, or either there's a pipe organ, like the pipes for the organ,
Oh
are in
wow.
the middle. So they were very limited in what they could do in the state, which is why the set did not change. So even for the emerging artists, they still had the same setup as the main artists versus, the emerging artists are normally like on a stage to the side somewhere or something.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they were on the main stage because in a symphony hall, you're very constricted in what you can and cannot do. So I think they limited themselves a lot by going to a symphony hall because they were not able to give different changes, give different backgrounds, give different setups. They had to kind of just leave it where it was, and the artist kind of had to be creative in their presentation based
Mhm.
on the space they were given, which even the spaces itself was very limited. But I will say that Pastor Mike was awesome in
Okay.
utilizing the space the way he did. He was very cautious to where it didn't look messy or cluttered, but it was very structured. So even the choreographer was very mindful in the space that they were given for his performance. But I think they scaled back, and I think that they should not have used a symphony hall for the 40th anniversary, maybe 41, maybe 42, but for it to be such a big celebration, me personally, I wouldn't have had a symphony hall.
I want to Gabe. So you were there? You were in the building? He's thinking. Okay, so you were in the building. So you were in the,
Good evening, everybody. I hope and pray all is well.
why is
Yeah,
he giving us a pastoral introduction?
I have some notes. Okay, I took notes last night.
Took notes.
So overall, I believe for the 40th, we could have done a better job at a different venue. That's just me. The venue was nice, but it could have been better because people that wanted to come didn't come because the tickets were so high. Even when they released tickets, they were still high. So it's like make sense. The best performance for me, I'm a little biased. I'm gonna say Jason Nelson and Melvin. Just being honest. Like now, everybody, there was some other people that was good, but I gotta give it to them. Of course, Jamal, gotta give Jamal. Now, I may get crucified for this, and that's fine. BB and CC to me was a little boring compared to what we had in the past. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, think about it. We done had Ricky Smiley. We done had what's the other comedian we had?
Jonathan Slocum.
Jonathan Slocum. So when you got comedians that make people laugh in between and on stage, it's like, wow, that's all we getting? That's just me. Now, not Carlton made a post a while ago. Me personally, I would have brought him on to do something.
Absolutely.
Or Kevin Johnson or somebody to do something to make it more entertaining, I guess. But again, like Joseph said, they played it safe. But that was my only. Oh, then no, it was Tennessee State Choir did great, but they sung Dexter Walker's song.
Ooh, I was about to pin that, and you took that from me.
Why not bring Dexter Walker and have his group to sing their own music? Not knocking Tennessee State at all. They're amazing choir. I got people in there that I know personally, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's gospel. Let's bring out the gospel that we ain't heard in a while. Dexter Walker, New Zion, Mount Zion, New Zion, they're amazing.
Zion movement.
Yeah, they're Zion movement. They're amazing.
Very much so.
And they've been around for a long time.
We could have did Dexter Walker and Tennessee State together. Like, make it make sense. So, again, I'm going to be good on this call. I want nobody to crucify me, so that's why I'm talking to my pastoral. I'm not a pastor. I'm talking to my, what else? Pastor Mike was actually dope. Pastor Mike was good. The Don Jackson tribute was amazing. That was good. Shout out to the band. Got to get a shout out to the band. Hands down. Too many people to name that I know personally, but the band was amazing. Background singer was amazing. But the host could have been Lisa and Tasha. I'm sorry. That was dope too. Gotta give them that. But the hosting was like, and my mother wasn't even there. She was like, son, what is this? She loved everything else, but the host was just a little boring. For the 40th, we could have brought out John B. Key, Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett. We got too many to name that could have made it more exciting. But I'm gonna go on mute.
They played it safe.
Because I'm gonna play it safe tonight too. So
even if I could say one thing and then I'm gonna be quiet because
Yeah,
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble either.
We all trying.
I want people to keep booking my clients, so I don't want to get in trouble. Even the prompt reading could have been better. And I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Okay, Trayvon. Trayvon's probably the only one out of us that cannot be in trouble.
Before you say something, I'm trying to share the link. Nobody can get it. Is there a different link?
Nobody can get in.
Yeah. What are they trying to
watch?
It says unavailable.
To be a part of this live, to come into this live, or to watch?
To watch it on Facebook, to watch.
Okay.
Oh. All right, Trayvon, you up?
Diffuse.
Um, I
Lord, my Lord.
I'm trying to find the strategic words to say.
Definitely.
I feel like the show was all over the place. It's kind of like, so I think, I'm not gonna say I think. I feel like when you have moments where you take us on a high and then everybody's on that high and then we immediately drop back down, you have problems pulling people back in. And just there were moments where they were really great. There were moments where it was like, okay, y'all did a great job at attempting to honor the 40th year. However, when you take us on a high and then we're on this roller coaster the whole show, I think, or I'll say for me, I was left feeling afterwards like that was it. And I think just for somebody who, if because I mean, me and Yolanda, we were contemplating when the tickets came out the day before or whatever. We were contemplating going, and I'm not gonna lie, because we've been several times, and to sit through the film, if we would have had to sit through the filming of that, I would have been a little disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I will say though, because I've seen it multiple times all over social media, everybody's talking about, just the church is starting to take a turn, and we're starting to emulate the world. For everybody that has that to say, I'm going to say this. In my opinion, this was one of the best years as far as the way people looked. In my opinion, um, there
I
was
agree.
nobody that was blatantly disrespectful as far as not being covered. I feel like everybody was covered properly. Garments were functional. There were no distractions. Now, if we're going based off a taste level, that's a different, a different battle to fight. But I don't feel like anybody was just blatantly disrespectful. And I think people have to understand that, yes, it is not our job to conform with the world. However, we do have to understand that in order to reach the lost, in order to reach all of these people that we are trying to reach and draw them to Christ, we do have to appeal to them as well. And appeal to them doesn't mean showing your body and doing all these things that people are saying that people were doing. However, let's just be honest, your look perceives you. We've said that multiple times on multiple different lives. And like I said, I just don't feel like anybody was out of pocket. And again, and I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you look at somebody and you then turn a lustful spirit, that's on you. You can't put that on that person, because I don't think nobody came to the Stellars. And I'll point out Jacqueline, for example. I feel like Jacqueline looked amazing.
Agreed.
That's just my opinion. I'm gonna
Definitely.
stand by that.
I
I
love
feel like Jacqueline looked amazing. But if you looked at her in that blue dress and you felt some type of way, that's a you problem. That's not a her problem. I'm sorry. That's a you problem. That's not Jacqueline's problem. And then we're not gonna put that on the body of Christ as believers to say that, this is a us issue. No, that's a you issue. You need to check yourself. But I'll leave that there until we get a little later into it.
Yeah, I think we have to come back to that because, yeah, there's definitely something I've been recognizing. So go, okay, Ja'Cory, what did you think of the awards?
Actually, which is really funny, I was just watching it again. I did enjoy segments of it, but I think it was missing. For me, it was missing in Dr. Jones, because you can't talk 40 years of gospel and not include him. I didn't see a Bobby Jones
Yeah.
award given. I didn't see
Mm,
any past features. The Stellar Awards have had phenomenal moments and segments with different artists. I didn't see I did enjoy the collaborations, but there's so many other gospel artists that should have been in there. I should have saw Helen Baylor pop up, and Dorothy Norwood. There should have been some history in there. They did not cover the artists that had passed away, and this has happened on several of the last. If you watch the NAACP awards, they have a segment where they at least pass their name in a photo. I'm like, what's going on here? The colors were pretty. I don't know. The colors were very crispy. I don't know if that's just because I got a good TV, but it was real crispy. But it was definitely sliced like sliced bread, and it seemed like we was in a cubby hole. Every time they would move the camera, I wanted to duck because it was just like, ooh, is the cam? Where's the camera? Is it right here? It really seemed like we was in this little tunnel.
It did.
I mean, no Beverly Crawford. What was the 40 years? You should have invited everybody that's been on the show previously.
Like, how can you not have Beverly Crawford of all people?
Totally agree, man.
But I feel like that brings me, and Jacory, you just pointed out something that I felt the way about. It brings me to the tribute where it was Jacqueline, Donnie McClurkin, and Tremaine.
And Dottie's.
I felt like that could have been much better. I feel like a certain, and y'all, please don't hold me to the cross for this, but I feel like a certain age range was represented, and then you just had Jacqueline that stuck out as a sore thumb. I think we could have did better with balancing it out to where there was maybe others involved in that, so that moment could have been a lot bigger or could have been done better. And then a moment like that, I don't feel like should have been cut short. I felt it was like a minute and then that was it. And I was like,
you can't get Tremaine Hawkins to sing Change for 2 minutes. It was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
They lack transition, this show. They lack transition, like going from one set to the next or one segment to the next. There was no flow. There was no consistency. Like, I would have did the whole lineup of the show totally different.
Yeah.
Like the way they had certain people going after certain people. No, like they lack transition. It was almost as if there was no thought process. But they was just, all right, you gonna sing. We're gonna put y'all together, and that's it. Like, you
Well,
gotta
you got Dorinda
have
Clark sitting in the
transition.
audience, and you
Yeah,
didn't put her up there.
like you got to tell the story. Like, it should have been a time warp almost for the 40th anniversary. Like, there's so many things they could have done. They lack creativity. Forgive me for saying that, but like there was no creative thinking into this. Like, they could have really set the bar and raised the bar for other award shows with this 40th, and they didn't.
And, and in all fairness, I will say the only reason why I feel like we feel this way is because y'all have set the bar so high other years.
They have, absolutely.
There have been other years where the stage was massive.
Immaculate.
And it's like, whoa. So then it's like the 40th year, y'all come and it's like, hey, like.
And in Nashville, of all places, I think that's what it was for me. Is like, y'all came back to Nashville for the 40th, and you didn't come back strong and hard. Like,
and then, not to cut in, but you got the people that should have been performing were your announcers. You got Tamela Mann in there who killed last in Vegas. I mean, you got Dorinda Clark sitting there. It was just like, where is it? It just wasn't full.
Yeah.
I think BB and CC should have been a special feature, not the host. It was boring.
Okay, so let's talk about this because I've watched clips. I didn't see the show like from start to finish, but I don't feel like, and again, this is just me. If you're hosting, I don't feel like the sporadic performance moments was needed. Because I feel like they have performed at least 3 other times outside of hosting. So I was like, did we ask for some other names and we didn't get them? Were we trying to place fit? Like, what was the deal? Like, what was the missing links to the point where they performed? And it was a lot.
Oh, I didn't think about that because they did together and then they did separate. Because we could,
They did
I
right,
love BB and CC together was enough. We didn't need the CC and the
Yeah.
DD
right.
and the DD.
Yeah.
No,
Not
no, it was.
Um,
DD.
I love BB, but I need CC. Together we
Yeah.
stand, divided we fall. We
Yeah.
didn't need him to sing by himself. It was like I
Yeah.
turned my head, went to the bathroom, got me some popcorn. It was intermission for me.
Like there were so many groups they could have had on there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So many
mm,
artists that they could have brought back. They yeah.
um,
In all fairness, though,
mm,
Stellars, I will give you from a visual standpoint, the sound on this recording and the actual rendering or whatever it is you want to call it looked great, especially compared to past years. There's been times where y'all have put it on BET and it's been a little pixelated, and the sound
Oh, the
it was
clarity of
yeah,
the
Yeah.
show.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I
Now the
agree
show
with
sound
that.
was really
was
great for this
very
thing.
clear and the
I agree
sound
with
was
that.
very good. So I'll give y'all that.
um,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out how to say mine. It's September the 1st, and my birthday is this month, so I'm trying to do better.
Oh, you're gonna be all right. You're
I'm
gonna
not
get it
worried.
all. You're
Just
gonna
say
recover it
it.
all.
Just
Hold on.
say it.
And then I took notes, just FYI.
Just say it. September is here. We can
This,
apologize in October.
this is maybe for Trayvon, 'cause I'm not a stylist. What is the thing with the baggy, the oversized pants?
Oh,
'Cause
that's in. That's a new.
there was a lot of those, but everybody like me, I'm 6'2". You won't never see me wearing them. I'm sorry, I'm just not. To me, everybody should not wear those pants. Am I right or wrong? I have no clue.
This is the thing. I think right now the era that we are in, unfortunately, either you're gonna get super baggy or you're
Are
gonna get
tight.
extremely tight. There at this point, there's no in between as far as people just wearing things that just fit properly. And then unfortunately, when people do wear things that just fit properly, they don't have the proper undergarments so that
Mm.
it looks smooth and everything is where it needs to be. So unfortunately, people are trying to hide things like, we have celebrities and people who they pop up and they done had a baby. And we like, well, when were you pregnant? And it's because they
Uh-oh.
wore oversized clothes the whole time. So, I mean, it's unfortunate because that's the era that we're in right now where fashion is either it's going to be super baggy or super tight and there's no in between. Hopefully
And does
we'll
some,
get back to the point where people are, they clothes going to fit, but hey.
does somebody know if the 40th year color is gold?
Like the
I'm not
actual
for sure.
40th.
Yeah, or is it? I know 40 and 50 is gold or silver, something
See, I
like that.
think
Because
50 is that's a good question. So
because
while
gold
you're
was a
asking that,
dominant color in suits for men this season. And fabrics, we need to talk fabrics because if you know you're gonna be sitting down and getting up, you know you don't want to be wrinkled when you get up there to go and accept your award. No, I don't think people
The
talk about this when you get
yeah, no,
something made. They need to know,
you
hey, I'm
try.
wearing this the whole day and I plan to sit down and get up and I don't want to look like foil when I
Nope.
get up, you know?
I'm drinking my water.
Y'all really trying me. Like I'm really trying, man. I was giving a whole speech not to. Okay, so here's my thoughts. I feel like even though I wanted to be clear, we all did not sit down and watch the awards together. Everything they said is everything I agree. Is that the right way to say that? Like y'all have read my mind. I'm serious. I've been going to Stellars for at least 10 years. I've sat in live tapings. The first time I went, I was backstage doing Shout Out Freedom Radio. So the first time I went, I was backstage, right? And then the year after that, I was actually in the taping, right? And so I've experienced it on both ways. As a person who has watched it for years without being there, and then this year, not being in the city, but not being in the taping. Respectfully, because we're all trying to keep our jobs. This is okay. This is my honest, respectful opinion. I feel like we always talk that we serve a super God. And God owns a cattle on 1,000 hills, and God is this, and God is that. And sometimes, as my pastor will say, I don't know if we actually believe that. You say, what does that
Mm.
have to do with the Stellars? I feel like the expectation was set too low. I can understand logistically, which I don't know what happened logistically. Okay. So I can understand logistically or financially. It may feel like, if even though the last year was amazing, if the seats were not full, it may feel like it's a better decision to have something where it's a smaller space. But I don't know if the Stellars respectfully took into consideration that they were coming back to Nashville, where most of us live on this side of the country. Ja'Cory lives in California, but even artists who live in California enjoy traveling this way. When you have choirs like the choir that Joseph works with, it's easier to travel with a choir going to Nashville than it is to Las Vegas. People can go in cars. My church was able to come and people flew, but a lot of people could drive. It's the traveling that made, I think, the process a little bit easier for people who live in Nashville. I think they had more access to do events. This is outside of the taping part, right? So it's just more access. I think a lot of people enjoyed that it could be back in Nashville. My personal opinion, I think, had the venue been larger, the ticket rates been more
Affordable.
expanded, more affordable, high and lows, I think that place would have been packed to the ceiling. I agree about the transitions. It felt like the editing happened very quickly. There was a bunch of commercials, which I understand bills had to be paid, but felt like a lot of commercials happened it just felt, the transition didn't feel smooth, as Joseph said. The prompt reading felt uneasy. There was a young lady who did when they gave the choir award away, there's a lot we could say about that. However, the young lady in the middle looked. If you tell me to stop talking.
No, go ahead. No.
Okay. The young lady in the middle, I don't mean this all due respect, because we all love the Stellars. This is not a hateration. This is truth. And we cannot see, I have to step into something else. We cannot help each other if we do not tell each other the truth. That's just the
Period.
truth. The young lady in the middle looked uncomfortable. She looked like she wasn't sure what was kind of happening, and this is no, if it's not your space, it's not your space. But she just looked uncomfortable. Dorinda, this is her space. This is what she does. This is who
She
she
can
is.
flow.
She can go on command. That young lady in the middle, she looked uncomfortable.
As if
And
she didn't have a practice to read
she
through
didn't
it.
have a practice. Even the cast that from the new upcoming movie, they just look like they weren't at ease. You know what I mean? It's kind of different when you this is what you do, this is what you breathe, this is what you eat, this is what you sleep. Even you can mess it up, or you can figure out. Thank you, Kevin Lemons. You read a room, so you figure out I messed up. You make a funny moment, and then you read it again. It just felt like it didn't
A
feel like
structured
we are
program with
celebrating.
no Holy Ghost.
Yeah, it just felt like we are not celebrating 40 years of hard work, tears, shifts, ups, downs, turns, curves. It felt like, well, we're going to make this happen. This is due respect. I think whatever happened in the in between, we felt that. Shout out to Mr. Larry Crawford in Memphis, Tennessee. I always say this about Larry. Whatever happens in the backgrounds of his events, I'm part of this man's event. When I sit in the pew, I don't even feel what happened. If anything happened in the back, I never feel it. And to me, respectfully, that's how it should have felt. We know we're not perfect, but it should have felt like easy breezy to us that were watching. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say, guys.
Let me say this to artists that made posts. They do that every year, and maybe watching this now later on. You desire to be on this other stage. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be on the stage. You want to be on the red carpet. You want to be in the media room. You want to be in there for that day. When you make posts about other artists, how they dressing, all that stuff, people like me that put on events and work with other people, we pass you up. I'm just telling you.
That's good.
We easily pass you up. You may be great, You may look great, but we easy pass you up because you made that post about the Stellars. Because you make a post about the Stellars, your dog got Rhythm of Gospel, your dog got GMWA, Devil Wars. If we all have an event or do something, your dog goes out. And now we don't trust you. So be mindful of what you post. Because some of y'all was posting reckless. And of course, some of it was funny. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm not gonna comment or like it. Because now if I comment or like it, I'm in
Affiliated.
agreement to what you already saying.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
I'm not.
screenshots are real.
Right.
People keep
Because even
receipts.
what we doing, we talking freely, but we ain't high neither. Like we talking about it, we ain't dogging nobody out. The show was good, but it could have been better for the 40th.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why I think somebody said earlier we shouldn't have called a Ricky Smiley, Jonathan Slocum, anybody from the back in the past to just pop up
What
out of
was
nowhere.
Vicky Winans? I need to call her right now because she, with her
I
crazy
mean,
self, she would have turned it out.
like a Diedrich Haddon. Man, I mean, to me, it would have been dope to have a Tone pop out of nowhere. I'm just being honest.
That would have been nice.
That would have been amazing. Just be like, you know what? Whatever issue you have with somebody, look, we're gonna bring you to the stage. Why not? It's the 40th. That's all make sense. Shout out to
Memory
Desmond
lane.
though.
Come on.
Hey, shout out to Desmond. Desmond, what's Desmond group name? Desmond, Tammy. I don't know what their name. Whatever. Desmond and group. Follow them though. They're a quartet group. They're amazing. They actually live in Atlanta, but follow them. They just threw me a curveball, but they're a dope group too. But yeah, but just be mindful what y'all post, because trust me, we see that stuff and we just laugh. And a shameless plug, we get ready for something next month too. Follow me. All right.
How you doing? How you doing?
So I want to go back to a gay said, because someone could say, well, Yolanda, y'all are talking. Okay, the difference is we are giving what you call positive feedback, right? We're sharing our experience, but nowhere in here are we dogging, trashing, putting down. So I always want to remind you of this. The beautiful thing about social media is people are watching you, and the bad thing about social media is that people are watching you, and you can't control who sees what. You won't know. You have no clue. So let me help you. All those apps that tell you who saw your page, those apps are fake. They don't work. So you don't know who actually saw what you posted and the things. And what Gay said, I just want to add, what he said is true, right? A lot of times people watch you and they watch you for a long time before they make the decision. People of good caliber and character, they'll
That's
watch you
good.
for a very long time before they make the decision to connect with you. And so if you are being careless in your posting, as Pastor Sam Franklin said, so wonderfully, you're trying to be popular, but you will unpopular yourself real fast, because people in this see that they don't want to connect to things of that nature. So I agree with him. Be careful. Some things, can I say it like this? My point: don't bring your kitchen table talk outside.
Mm.
Like keep what you talk about, your pillow talk, your talk with your friends. Sometimes you have to keep that inside. You don't everything shouldn't be posted. I know we're in a season where we tell everything, but you do have to use wisdom. Okay. So overall, because we don't have to be here now, overall, it seems like we kind of all have the same feel. It was good, but maybe it could have had more structure. Based on what Joseph said, more structure. Transitions could have been better. The prompts reading could have been better. Something Joseph said, I wanted to ask you about, Joseph. So I want to make sure everybody gets an idea what all of these guys do. So Joseph, you are going to tell us again what it is you do, and I want to ask you a question.
So I have a company called the Elite Complex, where we provide bookings for clients, artistry development, production assistance, choreography, anything dealing with production we handle. So
Okay.
everything from gospel to non-gospel, yeah, we handle it.
Yeah, somebody said peep talk. Hey, yeah, keep it inside. You can't tell everything. That's how you get in trouble. That's how people cancel people. That's how people get canceled. I know y'all don't think that's real. See, what's this man's name? Denzel Washington can say that you can't cancel me. He's Denzel Washington. But some of us are not at that space to tell people you can't cancel me. So you do
That
have
part.
to be careful what you say. You can get canceled and not even know you're canceled. It's like God. He will work you until you're 100. And then you get to heaven. He said, I have no idea who you are. Thanks. because you can be fired, and not know you're fired. So you do got to be careful. Okay. Something. So I want to ask you something because you're doing something that we don't always see a lot of. You are at the rehearsal of your client.
Yes.
Tell us why that's important for you.
Um, because it allows my clients to build a relationship with me and not them just, see me at engagements, but also for me to, give critiques, give criticism, both good and bad, so that we can work on things, make sure things are happening, make sure that they see that, yes, I'm the manager, but I'm a part of the ministry as well.
Oh, that's very
So
cool.
so all my clients, I go to their rehearsals, even the ones that are out of town. If I can make it, I go. Their ministry moments, I try to go. If I can't go, I send somebody from my team. But I always make sure that my clients are always all represented. If it's not with me, somebody from my team. I never send them alone by themselves because in that moment, that's when people try to take advantage of them. So I never send my clients by themselves. Always send somebody to handle the business side so they can focus on being the artist and preparing themselves and getting their spirit right to minister to the people and not to worry about other things.
I love this. I love this. Thank you. Because I don't think that's something we see a lot of, where managers are actually participating. We don't see it in the background. Let me say it like that. It's not that
Man, he learned that
people
from
are
me.
not doing it.
Uh, don't listen to him. I was doing that before I met Gabe.
So, some of us have to dip out again. I don't want to be long, but I do. We are going to do these conversations more, and not just about, not just about
Facilities.
events, but about management and artistry. And because what's missing, as we all know right now, is A&R, like big,
Hmm.
big time, right? So, Gabe, I wanted to ask you first. Please share what you're offering right now. You're offering a deal that I think people should tap into. That's number one. Number two. Tell us something since the Stellars that you feel is still people may have missed, or is still really important, either when it comes to doing events or artists doing events. Like I've heard artists say, "Oh, they cut my time off." Oh, you got to go, Joseph. They
Yep,
say,
yeah, they're calling me back in.
"Okay,
See y'all.
see
Thank you
you.
again. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome."
All right, Joe.
All right.
So I heard you without keeping on your time. I heard you say, I've heard people say, not about you, just in general. Oh, they cut my time off. I didn't get to sing as long. So go with that.
Most events you go to, you only got maximum 7 minutes. Period. Jim W. I don't know how it is now, but back in the days, somebody would sit up front with a card and literally tell you how much time you had left. And if you went over, they walked you off the stage, or somebody came on stage, you was done.
Mm.
So like every artist should be prepared to sing at least one good song. Not two, but one good song. So that way when you leave, we're singing your song. Oh, they look good and they sounded good too. Then when you get done, work the room. Some of y'all don't know me, I don't know you, but get to know me. I can open them doors, you can't, because I know the people. Just being honest. Like us on this platform, we know each other. So if you need a stylist, I can call somebody else, but I go to Trayvon. Hey, I got his number. Hey, I got somebody for you. It happened in Nashville. Like, the real talk, it happened. If Yolanda needs something, somebody need graphics, I'm gonna call Yolanda. I ain't call nobody else. I got it right here. If I need a singer or artist, look, hey, I got something for you. And if I call you, trust me, answer the phone. I ain't calling just to be talking because anybody know me, I don't like to talk on the phone. I'm calling for a reason. Um, what else you asked me? What else you asked me? Something else.
What you're doing right now, what you're offering right
Oh,
now.
what I'm doing right now, I have a special, Labor Day special, birthday special. Everybody need promo. Call me, text me, email me right away. Special will end at midnight, but I may extend it. But if you hit me up, be realistic about what you got going on. I promise I'll work with you. If
Tell
you
Oh,
people
come
why
on,
they need a
Jesus.
promo. One more thing and one more question. Okay, he be like, Yolanda, you already said.
say
Okay,
again,
one more question. Would like for you to tell people why it is important for them to use a promotional company and not just post themselves.
you can post yourself all day, but my reach is longer than yours. Just being honest. I got e-blast, I got personal contacts. I'm working on something right now that nobody knows about, but two other people. You may want to get on. You may want to be a part. So my thing is, if you're with me, I got you. If you ain't with me, not saying you're at the bottom of the barrel, but I got 10 other people that I gotta look out for if I look out for you. Just being honest. I'm sorry, Miss Gwen Atkins, she checked me. It's 10 minutes max. I guess they moved up on the time. I guess performer wise.
10 minutes.
I know back in the days it was 7 minutes. One good song, you was done. But when you got somebody like me or anybody promoting you, we putting you out in front of people that you don't know. That's our job. We're not just doing social media. We're going outside to the beauty salons, to the churches. I do that. I love doing it. I go to a concert in a minute, network, I'm gone in an hour. Got done my job. Also, on top of that, I'm on the Rhythm of Gospel board. Some of y'all done got emails or text messages. That's for me personally. If I send you that, it's a submission form. It ends on the 15th. Please fill it out. I can't vouch for you if you don't fill it out. Again, I'm at the table now. I'm not behind the scenes. I'm at the table. So anything about Rhythm of Gospel you might have heard negatively, I'm on the board now. Not saying I'm like God, but I ain't gonna be a
Brand
partner.
new day. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a partner in this garbage. So if you're an artist and you want to be a part, please submit quartet. I don't care what it is. As long as it's music, managers, pastors, singers, what else they got going on? I think promoters submit. I promise you, I'm a vouch for you. If you don't, nothing I can do. What else I got going on? I got a lot going on, but just follow me. I try to post everything. I try to keep it a buck. I want everybody's playing field of budget. Everybody's budget is totally different. If you got $50, I probably can work with you. But I'm sure you got 50, you got 300 too. So let's be real about it. I do got to get off. I got to go on the call at 9:30. But let me know if you do this again. I will be on here. Yeah, I love y'all.
We appreciate you, sir. We definitely
Appreciate
do.
y'all.
Because I know I've gotten an email. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah, you did. Most definitely. Right. So, yeah. So, I mean, this is a firm believer. Like, he got an email and he submitted his stuff. So now I can go to the table like, yeah, I know him. I mean, I know him personally, one-on-one, but I know him enough to be like, hey, I can vouch for him. I know he submitted it. And I got at least, right now, at least 75 emails. I should have more than that, just being honest. So if you know artists, if I send you a flyer, pass it on. Because your friends might not know me, but pass them on. Pass it on, pass it on. I want everybody to be a part of something.
Great.
So my job is trying to mix it up and bring everybody. Like, if I'm winning, we all going to win. Trust me. That's what this shirt says. This for us. Not just me, it's for everybody.
Come on.
You want to make it? So anybody want to buy this shirt? I got you. $50. No. But I do got to go, though. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all. Follow me on social media. If you need me, DM me right now tonight. I got you.
Thank you.
He just asked you to get in his DMs. Come on.
The first 5 people that DM me, I'm going to give you a deal that you're going to be like, wow, for real? Yeah, this is.
We got info. You will have ours tomorrow. See? Come on, he already know my thing. All right. Let's go. Let's go.
Tell me. Oh, yeah. Most definitely. All right, I got to go, y'all.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. So there you go. So I want to tell about this deal again that Gabe is doing. It is Gabe's birthday is this month. So is Trayvon's. So shout out to them. So yes, he is doing a Labor Day special, right? And you should jump in again. You said, well, Yolanda, I don't think that's important. I want to say this. If you put your hard-earned money into your book, your product, your music, or whatever, posting it one time does not do anything. I found this out yesterday. Okay, this is not to discourage when I say this. It takes 1 million streams to make $4,000. This is a real fact. This is a real number. So when you post your song, hey, Lachey, I want to make sure to give you a shout out, girl. I would love to have you a part of this conversation whenever your time allows. So when we do the next conversation, like let's say in the next 2 weeks, I would love to have you a part. Great promoter, Miss Lala. So yeah, when you I just want to encourage you, don't just let your song or your music or your product or your business just sit. Right, you did all that hard work, you did all the X, Y, and Z, and now you're just letting it sit there. And you said, when Yolanda, like shout out to one of my friends, Shamika Hall. She said she held up her book. She said, "Did you get it? You have a book?" She said, "Oh, this is a year old." I said, "Make a promo and post it again."
That's good.
People can keep buying the book forever. People are still buying books that were written 100 years ago. When you do product well, absolutely, yes, ma'am. when you do product well, it should outlive you. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a free marketing tip. I'm doing this great deal, right? Like, let's make a deal, and I'm serious. This Trayvon's known me probably longer than anybody on. I have never offered let's make a deal. I have never offered anything where you can get something that you name your price. Like, never. But I did that because I really want, not because I think I'm the greatest graphic designer, is because I want us to present great visuals. And so the truth about music artwork is, let's think Boys to Men, the cover where the number 2 is sitting on the ground and it's like in this bluish gold metallic, right? That cover is iconic and it'll outlive these guys. That's what great artwork should do. It should outlive you. So if you, that's
Mm.
why it cost a little bit more. And where I was encouraging, did Corey tell you he was gonna put out a song? And I was like, no, you
Mm.
cannot. Like, your voice is too amazing to give anything less than the best. Okay, so let's make a deal. You can grab that. Trayvon, tell us what you have going on. What do you have going on?
Listen, I had to figure out the button. So right now, I'm just coming off the helm of a fashion show. So trying to close all of that out, move on. But something that I've always wanted to do for a really long time, but I haven't done yet, was a Christmas fashion show. So December the 13th. I've never really done 2 shows in a year, and this close together. So pray for me. But December the 13th, that's to save the date. You guys probably seen it. Um, I'm going to do a Christmas fashion show. It's Christmas theme. It's called Carol of the Bells. If you are in the Denver, Colorado area, if you want to come to the city, enjoy the snow, all of that good stuff, come. We're going to have a great time. And yeah, when I say Christmas on steroids, that's what it's about to be. So yeah, December the 13th. I have that going on. And again, it was talked about earlier. Just putting yourself out there just on this platform alone. Like, the clientele is growing. I have one client, we're gonna be doing some professional photos and stuff for her in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, listen, if you have a fashion show coming up, I got a fashion show in October I was asked to be a part of. Like, the schedule is building. So if you have a fashion show you would like me to be a part of, if you need services as far as styling services, or you want a custom look, I am, different from most stylists. Most stylists, they just pull you clothes, and they try to make it work. No, I am a stylist and a designer, meaning I sew as well. So I do offer custom garments on top of the styling, as well as I can alter your clothes versus having to pay, someone to come in and alter the clothes. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do a lot. But like I said, if you have events you want me to be a part of, as far as the fashion element is concerned, definitely hit me up. Let me know. And December the 13th, I have my show, Carol of the Bells. I also do event planning and event production design. I can't promote your event. That's gay. That's everybody else. However, I can come in and take $50 and make it look like you spent $1,000. Not literally. Like, if your budget is $50, I can't help you. But yeah. So I do a lot. But like I said, right now the biggest things I have going on. If you need styling services, if you need custom garments, definitely hit me up. Or like I said, if you are in the Denver area or you want to come to Denver, enjoy Christmas in Colorado, look for me December the 13th. The actual full flyer will be coming a little later. It's September. Like we said, it's me and Gabe's birthday month. So once we get to October, y'all see that. But yeah. So December the 13th. And then, like I said, book me. All social media is Anthony Rose, FP, or Anthony Rose Fashions and Productions. I'll come right up.
This is dope. I don't know if Jacory's tapped out or not, but Jacory is a phenomenal singer. Like, phenomenal. Like, oh my God.
Insane.
Insane. Insane. And he has a new he has a remix to his song, I'm on a mission, just trying to get to where you are. So it's called On a Mission. It's phenomenal. And seriously, Jacory is like really amazing. It's no shade at all. So shout out to Freedom Radio. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here on your platform. Listen, so if you're watching, this is what I encourage. I encourage connecting. Great things don't happen overnight. You know, you have to talk. Me and Trayvon been friends for quite a few years now, like 10 plus years. And it's all because he came to me after a concert. He said, "Can I dress y'all to tell the story?" And I said, "No." And nobody would ever believe. I was like, "No." And
She
what I love
was
about our
not.
story is I was like, "No." And it's because this is part of my story I'm going to be telling as I release music. So people keep asking me, yes, I'm releasing music. Shout out to the JB Factory. We're just making sure that every I is dotted, every T is crossed. The industry has greatly shifted. So you can't just necessarily just release music. You have to put something with it, story, product, merch, blah, 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 blah. So that's what we're all working on, including Trayvon. You know, we're all working. That's why you're kind of seeing this transition. You're seeing transition in hair and this and this and that. And so, you know what was actually happening is when Trayvon first came to me, I was dealing with massive amount of body insecurity, which I could just be transparent. I still struggle with sometimes. So, you know, he was walking with me through a very heavy process. So the truth is, he can, you know, we can be here for just a little second. I think when you have a stylist, the right stylist is not just a stylist. That's not just what they do. They literally sit with you and walk with you through these parts. And because I was dealing with oh, because I was dealing with like body shaming, I was dealing with body shaming, I was dealing with like all of these parts. It was really difficult to walk through the first process at first, right? And so there's feedback on your side, Jacory. So that so long story short, you know, we've walked these spaces, and I will say this about him, if I can say it like this, it hasn't always been easy for either one of us. Right. There have been times when he's just like, "I'm out." Like, okay. But real friendships are tested. And we have a real partnership, and it grows. And you know, we did an event like, you know, earlier in the year, and I said, I no, can I say, can we be honest? Yeah, okay. I don't want to wear ruffles. I don't like ruffles. I don't like feeling like, you know, I don't. I'm not. I'm a churchy girl who likes, you know, other things, and so that's how we're growing to this place. And man, for loving ourselves, absolutely, absolutely. And you got to have people in your life. You can say, what does it have to do with Stellars? Because a lot of times what you don't see when you're watching the Stellars is those conversations. And you got to have people that love you enough to tell you, as he did several times during Stellar Weekend, to not dim your light for other people, to make other people feel comfortable, to make other people feel okay. So, you know, if you're watching this and, you know, I get it. It's not hard. It's not easy being in a curvy body. It's a lot better than it used to be, but it's not an easy transition. So you need, I say that to say, you need a stylist that will be honest with you and tell you the truth and say, you know, I was gonna wear like a champagne color dress, and I don't know if I like the dress more than I was trying to wear the color. And he was like, Yolanda, absolutely not. The color is, you're the same dress as the color. You can. And I was like, no, I'm like not the same color as the dress. Like, why? He was like, no, you absolutely cannot wear that. So you get my point. You need that. Corey, I want to make sure we touch on this amazing song that you have out. Your
Oh,
remix of
thank
On a
you.
Mission. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm actually working on some other new music that'll be coming out shortly. That's the funny thing. Gabe had sent me something, and the song is R&B gospel. It's I don't want to say it's confused. It's infused. So it's some of all of that. I actually put this song out because I have some nieces and nephews that aren't necessarily churchy or Christian. So I had to bridge the gap to reel them in because they wasn't really playing with the gospel music. So it's definitely a Christian base, but it's like BB and CC. It's for the folks that's Christians that's trying to find somebody to love. And I also will be opening for the Gospel Fest if you're in the Oakland, California area, opening for Dietrich Haddon, Lisa Knowles, and Lena Bird Miles on September the 13th. It's going to be an all-day event. I don't have all of the information, but we'll put it on Freedom Radio so you guys can check it out. I'm just opening up the doors because you know what? I've served for a long time. Past weekend, I've been serving for Miss Kimberell for the past 3 days at the Blue Note with Robert Glasper. So I'm like, it's time for me to step
Mm.
into a new arena. So I'm like, God, let me sit here and pray and let's see what the next move is. I've been sitting here with yellow tape long enough.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to hear you say that. That warms my heart.
It's
Because
for
you
real.
are
It's
a
time to go.
phenomenal singer. You are like somebody's real singer. And I think because the industry, this is my last thought. I think because the industry is so crowded right now, and the people that should be getting the platform are not necessarily getting the platform. And the people that got it is like they don't know what to do with it. One thing I did appreciate about the Stellar Awards was Dottie Peoples. I appreciated her because I feel like she always does what she is supposed to do. She doesn't, in my opinion, she doesn't fail you. She's always going to come out. She's always going to look well. She's going to sing her part. She's going to give it everything you got, no matter how you may feel about it. And I love that. And I think a lot of artists get stuck into whatever ways people think they should be. I'm not saying don't do what you're asked. More than I'm saying make sure that when you do it, it's the execution is like none other. Right? It's like last year at the
That's
Scripps, to be
good.
honest. Dietrich got up and it was like, I mean, he gave us everything. He
Within
left
that one
nothing.
performance. Yes.
One performance. There was a group at the gathering event. They were called Glorified. It was a quartet group. When these girls got done, let me tell you something. They left nothing in the building.
Mm.
This is no shade to nobody else that was after them. They were so good that we literally could have had the benediction. Trevor was sitting there. We just could have left. I mean,
And the crazy part is, with
crazy.
all of the events going on, that they did this, I mean, the same thing 3 different times, and it
That's
felt like
swift.
a different moment at each event. I was like, ladies, hats off to you. And it was insane because it was like, and it not necessarily saying at the gathering, but it was like, it's one of those moments where you're at an event and it's just dead, and then
Mm.
somebody just comes and wakes everything
Sparks.
up and just shifts everything. And it was really like a James Brown moment where you throw the cape on. That's
Oh
it. We can
yeah.
go home. The
Oh
night
yeah.
is over. Don't know about, like, and then
Oh
to
yeah.
do that several times that night.
Oh yeah. It was very. It was just like,
Oh,
and shout out to my phenomenal pretty leader Tiana. When
Mm.
Tiana got up, I mean, there was just nothing to say. I'm saying this for purpose because I'm telling you, those girls left nothing. There was nothing
nothing.
available when they
Nothing.
got done. Tiana just said, I don't even know. Nobody knew what to do.
Wow.
The execution was unbelievable. And this is no shot to the gathering. And the building was full. They had a great crowd. But I believe those girls would have sang to a crowd of 500. I believe those girls would say to that same crowd if it was 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was 500, 300, or 10,000. And that's all I'm saying is when you're an artist in this day, like my our friend Naaman has said, music industry is oversaturated. So you must stand out and leave an impression as it's your last. You
Very
have
true.
to, because now there's so many people that
Yeah.
you have to, it's like needle in a haystack. And
Yeah.
you have to, the great people are like in the haystack. And you have to dig down. Music doesn't even last as long as it used to. Be Grateful is 40 plus years old and it's still moving. For every mountain,
Very,
Tremaine Hawkins change. But this music was created in a day where there was only one Tremaine.
That part.
There was only one. And still in real life, there's only one.
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah.
find no
So,
other.
nah, you're not. It's like Vanessa. You're not going to find another Vanessa ever.
And if
Ever in
before
life.
you close this, I'd like to say, just in case, shout out to Don Jackson. I love my gospel community, period. Even with our issues, our ups and downs, I love it. The only way we can come together is to talk about it. But Teresa Harrison looked wonderful. And I also want to say, I hate
She
that we
did.
have these recordings. They play them for what, 3 months, and then you never can see them again. I felt as though what they should have did was had some kind of compilation of 40 years to where at the end they could have said, hey, go to Spectrum TV and see the highlights of 40 years. Because we've got some highlights, even with Sunday Best. You can't even go back and see the Sunday Best specials. I mean,
That's
we have
true.
all
And
of these highlights and we never see them again.
and the sad and unfortunate part is BET has been a part of all of these things. So why all of this stuff is not available on BET Plus
That's good.
after last night, like that. But I will say this again because I said it on our last live. Y'all, we have to do better. The problem or the issue with gospel music lies within us. We are our own detriment. It's the crab in a bucket mentality. It's all these different things within the gospel community. So until we allow ourselves to move out of our way and allow God to do what he's going to do, we will always be in the place that we're in. If you notice that something is wrong versus going on social media and talking about it, why don't you pull said person backstage that you actually felt some way about? You pull that person aside and you address it with them versus going on social media and now you have a million people trying to figure out what the issue or who you were talking about.
Yep.
So we have to do better as a community, as a body of believers, in order to get gospel music to the place that it is. Because let's be honest, gospel music is your fave's inspiration. Your fave is trying to emulate vocally somebody in the gospel community, whether it be a Jacory, whether it be a Yolanda, whether it be a Kim Burrell, they're taking something from somebody they seen in gospel music and emulating it in the secular world, and they're getting popular off of it. So if we have that in our own community, we have to do better to uplift each other so that gospel music can be what it's capable of being. But until we get out of our own way, we will never get to where we should be.
Absolutely. I just had a thought. I want to encourage everybody to watching this because the truth is, I think even social media, these numbers should be higher. And I know everybody feels like, well, they got to do their thing, but like he just said something, we're our own worst enemy. So right now, the Stellar Awards has 145,000 followers. The truth is that number should be triple. This is just on Instagram. That number should be triple. And so, and all that we're saying, sometimes it's not as easy as it looks. So I want to encourage everybody that's not following to follow. You may be already following, but share, do something of that nature. And then to what he said, and as we wrap this up, yeah, we're better together than we are apart. And it's really important that we support each other. It's just what it is. You don't have to like it, but at least share the song, play it, stream it. When I heard this hip hop artist say it takes a million streams to make $4,000. Most people don't get to a million streams. That's a lot of streaming, right? So that means it takes hard work to make this happen, right? And we're gonna start talking about other things, way beyond it, because I want to talk about other things like dating in the industry. That can get tricky. Because we have to. I think the problem again is, I shared this with Trayvon. The thing is, I've been waiting a long time for people to do this or this or that, and the truth is, a lot of times we're waiting for people to do things that we can do ourselves. And there's conversations that I think need to be had, and they can be had in a super healthy way. But I want to know, why we're not doing A&R anymore. Like why was it removed? Why don't people think it's important? Because some people shoot themselves in the foot, but you don't even know you shot yourself. because you didn't know that you shouldn't have had a gun. You just and you don't know the importance, and you don't know how to answer a question in an interview that may make you uncomfortable, or like Pastor Sam Franklin, what kind of like subjects to just stay away from that can totally ruin your career. I'm telling you what I know without telling you. People watch you for a long time. I can't share the name, but Trayvon, I shared with him while we were traveling. I said, this person just inboxed me. I can't even, and it was a positive thing. And they were like, yeah, I think you're really amazing, Yolanda. And it is a high, well-established artist. And I was like, really? But it
Come on, Jesus.
proved people are watching, so I could go on and on and on. Shout out to Rodney Earl, a young artist. Loved how he was moving around Stella Weekend, and he was really networking a lot. I just want to pause in this part. Shout out to Jessica Van. So I had to hold this for a really long time. This is my last part. I had the opportunity to work directly for the Stellas this year. Shout out to Oscar Williams for connecting me with the opportunity. And one project turned into another. And they asked me to do the commemorative booklet, but it was a very large project. Yes. So it was a very large project. And Trayvon was like walking. I was like, I'm tired. But it was a very large project. But wisdom said, I've been doing this 20 years. And the younger me, even me from 2 years ago, would have tried to do the whole 80-page booklet by myself, but it just was not wisdom. And when I was talking with their team, I said, I don't think it's wisdom for me to do this by myself. Are you open to other designers adding other people to the team? They were open to it. So shout out to Jessica Van. This girl, we tried to connect other creators that were connected to the project to do it, but the scheduling and things did not work out. And I want to say this publicly. I was honored to do the cover. That's what I accepted to do because I had other projects to do and things of that nature. And that was just wisdom. And I didn't lose by doing that. Jessica took on Jessica took on 78 pages. Now, I'm not saying that this is for the faint at heart. It's like, please do not try this at home, okay? The girl killed it so hard. I mean, I know she's a dope creative. I've been, around her for a long time, but I just want to publicly say the level of execution they let us create freely, and the level of execution she gave was like none other, man. She told such a phenomenal story. And I know in this day, people are not necessarily buying booklets, but I'm telling you, if nothing else, if you want to see the work that this girl did, and she told a story from 1985, we had hundreds and hundreds of images, and she took a story, and like, it brings me to tears because when she started executing, I knew I couldn't have told the story this way. All right, so I don't want to be long with it. I just want to trying to get across that sometimes you have to give it to someone else. That's good. Sometimes it's not for you. And so you're trying to hold on to the assignment, but it's not for you. I'm sure I have to eat that in like 3 days. Okay. You're trying to hold on to something, but it's not for you. It's for someone else. And so God,
but it can pull you
absolutely.
to a place. That's
yes,
good.
sir.
That's good.
Yeah, and what would have been a catastrophe is if I would have said yes. I would have been overworked, and I was already overworked. So I would have been overworked, overextended, and it wouldn't have gotten done. And then we would have had a problem. My name would have been ruined. Wisdom said, you need help. And so what I want to say, the assignment, and I say it was an assignment because creatives really are called by God to do creative work. Just like Trayvon, it's not just making clothes. He has to know this is going to work for Yolanda's body. His Ja'Cory is not just singing. You know what I mean? These are assignments. So I say that to say I had to release that to her, and she told the story in a way that I never would have. I would have never thought of the level of execution that she did at all. And she started a story, all the pictures, the images, the words, and she told a 40-year story in 78 pages. It's,
Okay, I
it's
gotta get a
completely
book.
phenomenal.
I get a book.
Yes. So you can go to thestellaраwards.com, and you can purchase the book. Now you say, Yolanda, we don't buy. I just want her work. If more than anything, I want her work to be felt and be seen, because I'm telling you, in this phenomenon. Okay, so that's it. I just want to say I love you, Jess. I think what she did was amazing. And she does other great work and other things on her platform and all those things. We could talk all night. So I love y'all. Listen,
I love you too.
please follow. Keep pushing. She says, thank you, Yolanda, continuously, extremely. Oh, I'm grateful to you. See, this is, let me help you. God will open a door for you when you open it for someone else.
Hey.
When you're not stingy with a door, then he opens another door because you're willing to open yourself up. Oh, yes, I'll be purchasing it off the fact alone. Thank you, Mr. Rodney. Thank you, Mr. Rodney. All right, so shout out to Mr. Daryl, who worked with us on the project. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, so please do me a favor, follow all of us. We're going to be having more conversations. And you say, Yolanda, would y'all talk about blah, blah, blah? Send me a DM. Now, listen, it can't be crazy. Crazy is, I don't know. We have to figure out what kind of crazy it is. But at any rate, thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate y'all. And listen, have a good night. Be safe. Take care of yourself. Trayvon, you have any, Dito, you have any final comments or words?
No, I think I'm all comment and word out, if that makes sense. I just my plea, like all our other live stellars, if you are watching this, which I feel like you are, because yeah. Um, please, 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 if y'all can, if you're open to it, definitely start earlier.
Mhm.
Work on it earlier so that you give people ample time, ample opportunity to prepare. And then also, hey, I mean, all of us that was on this live tonight, we have been very clear. Um, we are willing to step into the room. We're not just,
Absolutely.
a lot of people will gripe and talk about their issues and don't have no solution or don't have any type of things to help facilitate fixing or aiding or helping. All of us have all said openly that we are open to the idea of being in the room and helping out. So again, my plea to Stellars, please start early. And then, of course, if you need any of us at any point, definitely reach out, because we are open, we are willing, and we are available. So,
Yeah, and let me add this last thought. Someone would say, well, Yolanda, do y'all have the experience? We're church kids. So let me tell you where our experience comes from. We're church kids. And older generation church kids have the beautiful experience of learning so many different things through church. Seriously. And so when you join the choir, what do you learn? Teamwork. You don't just learn to sing in a choir. You learn teamwork. You learn to combine with other people, other different personalities for a common goal. When you're an usher, what do you learn? You learn how to greet people. When you do this, you learn how to do that. And so a lot of it, to be honest, a lot of my experiences came from being in church and my mom and watching my mom do events and watching this over here and just the level of exposure God's blessed me to have and going on tour and learning those experiences and being over here and working with people like Larry Crawford and be in those spaces. So you just learn, 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 learn. I've been watching award shows for years and I'm not a regular watcher, right? So I don't just watch. I like, wait, what happened with the speaker? why, why is the speaker turn around the other way? And now is
right.
it because this is, I think, just the way we're built. So this is not necessarily just a plea to that. This is to say, whatever kind of event you're doing, actually, if you need help, reach out. Let's make sure we're, doing our best. All right. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight and the team. Shout out to Joseph and Gabe, Ishmael, wherever he is in the world today. Ishmael and everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. All right. Take care.
Good
Happy
night.
holidays.